What if I told you that every single day, without you noticing, a piece of your hard-earned money is being taken away? Not by thieves, not by taxes, not even by bad investments, but by something so ordinary that you see it every time you buy groceries, fill up your car, or even grab a cup of coffee? That silent thief is inflation. Now, here's the strange thing. Most people hear the word inflation and instantly think of news anchors talking about percentages, government policies, or charts that look complicated. But in reality, inflation is not just a number in a report. It's a slow, quiet erosion of your financial future. Think about this. The $20 bill in your wallet today won't buy the same amount of goods 5 years from now. It won't even come close. It's almost like putting water in a bucket with a tiny hole at the bottom. At first, you don't notice it because the bucket still looks full. But over time, it drains. And when you finally pay attention, it's too late. That's exactly how inflation drains your wealth. Imagine your grandparents talking about buying a house for $30,000 or filling their gas tank for less than $1 per gallon. To us, it almost sounds like a fairy tale, but for them, it was reality. Fast forward to today, and the same house costs $300,000, and the same gallon of gas can hit $5. The thing is, most people don't realize inflation isn't just about prices going up. It's about the value of your money going down. And here's the brutal truth. Inflation punishes savers. If you've been told all your life to save your money, guess what? Keeping piles of cash sitting in a bank account with low interest is like watching it slowly burn while you clap. Why? This is because, while your money may earn a mere 0.5% in savings interest, inflation is eroding its value by 3, 5, or even 8% annually. That's negative growth. That's financial suicide in disguise. Let me give you an image. You go to sleep thinking your money is safe, but inflation sneaks into your room, takes a bite out of it, and leaves without you noticing. By the time you wake up a decade later, you're left with crumbs. The problem gets worse when people ignore it. They keep living paycheck to paycheck, thinking their salary increases will protect them. But salaries rarely grow as fast as inflation. You get a 2% raise, but if inflation is running at 5%, you're technically poorer. And here's the scariest part. It's not just about numbers. Inflation reshapes your entire future. It decides whether you can retire with comfort or struggle. It determines if you'll ever own that house or if you'll be renting forever. Inflation is like an invisible landlord who keeps raising the rent on your life. Now, most financial advice channels will tell you the same old story. Invest in index funds, buy assets, and diversify. Sure, that's important, but let's look deeper. The real secret to beating inflation isn't just investing. It's understanding how money itself is losing credibility. Think about the dollar. It's backed by trust, not gold anymore. Not something physical, just trust. And when governments print trillions of dollars in a short time like they did recently, it's not free money. That new money dilutes the value of every dollar already in your wallet. It's like adding more water to a pot of soup. The more water you add, the thinner the flavor gets. Your money, in simple terms, becomes weaker. That's why the rich don't hold cash. They hold assets. Real estate, stocks, businesses, even art. Things that don't just survive inflation, but sometimes grow because of it. They know inflation is a rigged game, and the only way to win is to not play by ordinary rules. Here's a chilling thought. If you save $10,000 today, and inflation runs at 6% for 10 years, your money will lose nearly half its buying power. That means your future self will only be able to buy $5,400 worth of goods with what feels like $10,000 today. Half your money, gone, not because you spent it, but because the system quietly stole it. And yet, millions of people live blind to this fact. They think saving is safety. But the truth is, inflation is the most dangerous enemy of wealth because it doesn't attack suddenly. It doesn't crash the stock market in a single day. It doesn't show up as a shocking bill in the mail. No, it's silent, invisible, and creeping. And that's why it's so powerful. So here's the real question. What are you going to do about it? Because if you do, nothing. If you keep trusting that paper in your wallet to protect you, you're already losing. Inflation doesn't wait for anyone. It doesn't care if you work hard, if you save diligently, or if you live modestly. It just eats. Slowly, quietly. Until one day, you wake up and realize the money you thought would give you freedom can barely cover the basics. That's the hidden danger. That's why inflation is quietly stealing your money every single day. And if you don't fight back, it won't just take your wealth, it'll take your future.